Hey, I'm Danielle Thurber, health and fitness coach, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about diastasis recti and how to check yourself while you are pregnant to see if you have a diastasis. Now, first you may be wondering, what is a diastasis recti? It's such a funny word. A lot of people do not know about it. And what it is it's when your rectus abdominis, which is also known as your six-pack, separates during pregnancy, leaving a gap in between and causing a pooch in your stomach. Now, for a lot of women, after delivery, the tissue heals, the muscles come back together, and everything is fine. But for other women, the diastasis does not heal. There remains a separation and a gap. And what happens is a lot of women will experience after pregnancy, 6 months postpartum, that they still feel that they look like they're pregnant or that they're carrying a pooch in their midsection. Now, a lot of women aren't aware of diastasis recti, so they just think that they can't get rid of this extra pooch and this extra fat, where in reality, it's caused from the diastasis and having the muscles being separated. Now, if this is something that doesn't go away after delivery and you're still not healing, it's worth going to see a physical therapist in order to help do the right exercises and movements in order to bring the separation back together and for that tissue to heal. So, I'm currently about 35 weeks pregnant right now. I realized I had a diastasis probably early on at about 20 weeks. I started noticing things with my belly that just didn't seem normal. And you never know what is normal during your first pregnancy, which this is mine as well. But when I would get up out of bed or off the floor or did certain movements with my body, if I would cough or sneeze, I would notice a ridge line down the middle of my stomach and almost like a coning shape, like a football or a dome that my stomach would take the shape of. And I went and saw a couple of people and I did get confirmed that I do have separation and I currently have a diastasis recti. So I'm going to show you what that looks like when I get down and up, for example. But first I'm going to show you the correct way to get up and down while you are pregnant. So anytime you get up and down out of bed or off the floor or off the couch, think about engaging your core, pulling your belly into the back of your spine as if you're hugging the baby. Come down onto your side. Lay down, and from that point, then you roll over. Okay? And then push yourself back up the same way. Now, I'm going to show you from this angle how I had first discovered I had a diastasis through the doming is coming back to a laying position, but coming back straight back. And as you can see, my stomach starts to dome up as so and creates a ridge line. If you can see that ridge line, I'll show you a video from a different angle as well. So from a different angle, I'm going to show you the ridge line as I lean back. You can see how it ridges up from this angle. Can you see the ridge right there? So in checking yourself for the diastasis, lay flat on your back. Support your head with your arm as if you're doing a crunch, but I don't want you to crunch your abdomen. I just want you to support your head up. With your other hand, take your fingers, and I want you to push down into your belly. And what you're going to be on the lookout for is feeling for a gap and separation in between your rectus abdominis. And I want you to check in 3 places: below the belly button, the midline of the belly button, and above. Now in my middle, I have about a 3-finger width separation, and I can feel the rectus abdominis on each side of my fingers, and I can actually feel the gap. Above my belly button, I probably have a 2.5 width separation, and below my belly button, I can feel it's not as separated as the midline and up top. So I'm going to go ahead and get up carefully. So that's how you can test your belly to see if you do indeed have a separation. If you're feeling that something doesn't look right, if you're seeing the ridge or the dome, go ahead and give yourself the self-test with your fingers. It's just something to be aware of, not to be too overly concerned. For a lot of women, the diastasis heals and comes back together after pregnancy. If not, don't worry, there are still things that you can do and exercises you can learn to help heal the tissue and to bring your diastasis back together. So I wanted to thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, shoot me a message in the comments below.